Hello, Fat Girl Flow family. Today we are just going to do a little day in my life kind of vlog style thing. I am going to tweet people and ask them if they have any questions that they want me to answer. I do not have any content up for this week on my channel, so I just thought that, you know, we would do kind of an old style vlog. And I don't know, maybe we'll get into some stuff. Okay, so I decided halfway through this day that I was going to completely change this video and just go on Instagram and ask you guys if you had any questions for me that I could answer in a video, because sometimes I need help creatively. I'll just be honest, there's my vulnerability for the day. Sometimes I need help. Anyway, I went on Instagram and I said, hey, send me your questions. I am going to try to answer them in a video, and I decided I was going to do that. We'll start with a really sappy one. The Huntswoman asked me, when did you know you wanted to marry Nate? So I don't know if there was a time where I was like, okay, I definitely want to marry Nate. To be honest, Nate and I got married because we got a small chunk of money because I won a contest, and we decided, okay, this is when we get married. Like, we have a little bit of money, let's get all the people we love. He's walking in right now. And I was like, okay, let's get everyone we love together and just get married. So we did that. And I don't think that I ever really had a moment where I knew that I wanted to marry Nate, but I did know when I fell in love with Nate.
First time she saw this face.
That's not true at all. So I knew I loved Nate when one night we were at my studio apartment, and my studio apartment was pretty small. I had a queen size bed, and it was literally like you could reach out and touch every wall in the apartment. Nate was coming over to watch a movie and, you know, stay the night, do the whole boyfriend, girlfriend kind of thing. And we had been together the whole day and the whole evening, and we were laying in bed, and I just kind of started to freak out. I was like, oh my God, you've been in my space all day. I feel like I'm gonna die. I feel like we are around each other too much. I just completely started panicking. I am a total and horrible commitment phobe. I hate commitment. It terrifies me when I have to be vulnerable with somebody. I fucking hate it. I think it's awful. So I started having this huge panic attack, and I told Nate that I didn't want to sleep in the same bed with him, and I just needed to like sleep on my own or whatever. And he, you know, like he could have just left and been like, okay, fucking weirdo. But instead he made me a little pallet on the floor next to the bed. I told him that I really liked like sleeping in kind of tight spaces. So like where there's a bed and a wall, I like sleeping like in between that. I went into the bathroom and like washed my face, and this pallet was all done up, and he told me I could just sleep on the floor or I could have the bed and he would sleep on the floor. And so I laid on the floor and he laid on the bed, and he reached down and he held my hand and he was like, I'm here if you need me. It's all gonna be okay. And that's when I knew I loved Nate. I'm not crying. Honestly, through our whole relationship, Nate has just like, he has this ability to make me feel so safe and so like happy to be in our relationship, and also makes me feel like incredibly free, and like I don't have to be scared of this huge commitment that I'm making to another person that can feel incredibly daunting to me. He has a way of making me feel like me, and like I'm free, and I like him for it a little bit. Thanks for making me cry, Brienne. Cool. Victoria asked me, where is your favorite place in the whole world, and where are your top 3 you want to visit? My favorite place in the whole world, as silly as this is just the beach when the sun is out. Literally any beach, I do not care. Just on the beach when the sun is out, at a pool when the sun is out. It does not matter. I just like being in the sun near water. 3 places that I want to visit. I really want to go to Bora Bora. I want to go to Costa Rica, and I'm sure there's another place I want to go. Oh, I really want to go to St. Thomas. And as you can see, all of those places are sunny and warm and have beaches. That's my thing. Hannah Mullen asked, favorite and least favorite thing about the BoPo community. Obviously, obviously my favorite thing about this community is you guys and the fact that you guys make me so happy and I get to like share my life with you guys, and having this huge community of people who share your values regarding bodies and stuff is just so special and so amazing, and it's unreal. Like, it's really, honestly, it's saved my life, and it's given me something to live outside of myself for. It's pretty cool. It's one of the coolest things in the whole world. Things I do not like about the community. I think as someone who is kind of on the other side of the community, where like I do blogging and YouTube and stuff like that, I'm kind of in this circle of people who profit off of the body positive community. It's really, really hard to see people profiting off of the body positive community who I personally think their values do not line up with body positivity and the movement and purpose behind body positivity. That's just tough. I honestly want everyone to do whatever they want, and like I see different people making money off of body positivity, and I'm not like, it's not like some capitalist thing where I'm like, don't make money or something like that. It's that I really feel like them making money off of this movement and participating in the movement is actually harming people, and that's hard. That's really hard, and it's hard to talk about without sounding like you're just like a petty asshole. But there are people in this community who I strongly feel are harmful to body positivity and to people who are, you know, looking for help and are just trying to find their way. I think that some of the things that some people talk about are harmful and really bad for some people, and that part of body positivity sucks. Well, Sally K said, I love hearing your thoughts on gender expression and fatness. Would you say your approach to your own gender performance and identity has changed over the years you've been blogging and doing fat activism? If so, how? I definitely do think that my gender expression has changed over the years, and I think that it will continue to change. So I think that for me, when I started blogging, I really knew that I had to play up my feminine side. That's just something that people are comfortable consuming, that people really like respond well to. And so I knew I kind of had to play up my femininity. And it's not that I'm not feminine, I'm plenty feminine, but I'm also quite masculine, and I consider myself non-binary, and I think that through all of this, I just kind of decided that I get to express my gender however I want. I do think that the way I dress reflects how I'm feeling day to day. There are days where I feel more feminine, there are days where I feel more masc, and I just kind of go with whatever I feel like. And I think that through blogging, I've become more comfortable kind of changing it up constantly. I do find myself still performing femininity a lot of the time. I do find myself when I want to like be accepted in certain circles or something like that, I find myself kind of maybe performing femininity more than I would at home with people I love. And you know, I think that that's something I'm still working through. I think that that's kind of like part of the self-love body positivity journey, is kind of figuring out who you are and who the real you is, knowing that there are lots of different parts of you and it's okay to play up different parts of you at different times, and also that doesn't mean that you're like betraying one part of yourself to be another part of yourself, and that all those things can like coexist, and we don't live in a box, and gender is fluid and all that kind of shit. I don't know what I've learned. I'm just doing my fucking best, God. Last question I'm going to answer is, what will your next tattoo be? I really want tiny little finger tattoos. I want these because I have pretty severe eczema on my hands, and I love little rings and I love jewelry and stuff, and I really cannot wear anything on my hands because of eczema. And so I just want to get like a few little rings on my fingers, or like I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna get a couple little things on my fingers, and then I think I'm also going to start working on a kind of large thigh piece this year, and I'm also gonna try to get my best friend time to get a bestie tattoo with me because she's been avoiding it for quite some time. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for everyone who sent questions. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to all of them. I promise that someday I will sit down and do like a 2-hour Q&A. If you ever have questions, if you tweet me at FatGirlFreedom, you are so likely to get a response. There's like nothing going on my Twitter at any given time, so that was rude. Anyway, I'm very responsive on Twitter because it's boring over there. Okay guys, until next time, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you then. Bye. Okay, so for anyone who actually sat through that video, I thought that I would just give you guys a little sneak peek at our house because you've been asking for it. I've been putting off a house tour. So here's a quick look around our house. This is our backyard. We are looking at the backyard through the sunroom. The sunroom has some plants, some little things that are getting started, and also houses our doggies' little houses. From the sunroom, there is a tiny little dining room. We have some chairs and a cat.
The cat is
pretty fun. That's our front door. There's our vacuum. There's the packages that I never know what to do with. And this is our living room. That's kind of a mess right now. That's a plant that wilts before you have to water it. Don't worry about it, it's alive. This is as festive as I get.
It's sad.
My little holiday pillows. My nay. That's it, you guys. This is our house. Significantly less exciting than you expected, right?
Love you. Be back.
Okay. That's it, y'all.